Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all good and I hope you're all staying safe. So today I just thought I'd share with you some of the best books I've read during lockdown. I've been reading a lot during lockdown because obviously what else was there to do, so I just thought let me just stop reading. And one of my resolutions this year was to actually read more, so due to the lockdown I've been able to do that. So yeah, I've actually read some really good books. All of the books are like personal development books because, you know, that's just kind of like my vibe. So yeah, so the first book I read was Atomic Habits by James Clear. So this was actually like one of the first books I read at the start of lockdown, and I actually really enjoyed this book. Basically James explains that small habits that we do every day add up and then they ultimately lead to us living a better life. And I feel like I found this really useful because I'm so used to people being like, take big action and you'll get massive results, blah blah blah, which I think is kind of true to an extent, but I think when you start doing like little things every day, they all add up and it will create like a big change in your life. So it's not always the case of like, I'll do one thing and then you'll get one massive like result from it. Sometimes it's about doing like little things every day which make a big difference. So even with me, like one of the little habits that I do every day is journaling, and it's not to say that journaling once is going to make like a massive difference in my life, but actually doing it every day and doing it consistently is making a change in my life slowly but surely. So yeah, really recommend that book. He also talks a lot about setting like systems, not goals. So instead of setting like one big goal, set like little systems that will get you to like achieve that one big goal, if that makes sense. So for example, if you always have a messy room and you're just like, okay, I'm just going to tidy the room, I'm just going to tidy the room, what he actually recommends to do is to actually put in a system in place to make sure that your room is always consistently tidy. So it might be like, okay, in the morning I'm going to pick up the clothes that are on the floor every morning, and then you won't have that messy room where it's like, okay, now I've got this massive task to do and I've got to clean like my whole room, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just really liked the book, I like the principle behind it, so yeah, definitely recommend Atomic Habits. The next book that I read during quarantine is actually quite similar to Atomic Habits, and it is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And again, this book kind of reiterates the fact that it's actually about making progress and not being perfect, and just the little things that you do every day will add up. But it's kind of a similar message to Atomic Habits, and it kind of says about how like doing things consistently is more important than doing them like intensely, if that makes sense. Like you don't need to always do like one massive big thing. Sometimes you just got to do like little things every day now and then eventually you'll get your massive result. So the next book I read during lockdown was A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, and who doesn't love a bit of Eckhart Tolle? He also wrote The Power of Now, which is amazing, and I highly recommend that one as well. But A New Earth is really about the ego and being able to recognize your own ego and kind of like detach yourself from it. So your ego is like the part of you that always wants like more, it's never satisfied, it's always looking for like the next thing, if that makes sense. And he talks a lot about how you need to detach yourself from it, and as well he kind of talks about recognizing when your ego is talking. So yeah, I really recommend A New Earth. But I would say with A New Earth, like it is a lot of information to take in, and if you listen to it on Audible like I did, like he does speak really slowly, but I don't know, there's something quite soothing about how slow Eckhart talks, I don't know. But I definitely think Eckhart Tolle's books are really relevant for like the whole situation that we're in now in the world. Like definitely read The Power of Now and A New Earth. I feel like, I don't know, they've helped me stay quite calm during this lockdown situation. So yeah, the next book I'm going to recommend is Shudog by Phil Knight, and Shudog was amazing. It was literally amazing. So I did actually start off by reading the physical book, and then literally it was taking me so long to get through it, so I was just like, I need to switch to the Audible because like I just can't. But Shudog was honestly amazing. Like I read this at the start of lockdown, and I'm definitely glad that I did because I feel like I really got to learn all of the struggles that Nike went through in the beginning stages, and it helped me feel like a lot better about like a lot of situations, because to see like all of the struggles that they went through just really inspired me to know like, okay, like you can get through like all this crap. So yeah, Shudog was amazing. Like Shudog is definitely the book you need if you're ever going through tough times and you feel like everything's just going wrong. Read Shudog and I'm sure you'll be feeling a lot better. Like the story is so inspiring just to see how they overcame like all of the different challenges. I actually wish that they would do like a part 2 to Shudog, or just like extend the current Shudog, because I feel like they've got so much more to tell. Like I don't know if the story ends in like 1990 or something like that, but I think it is definitely in the 90s. So I'd love to see like what's happened for like the last 20 years, if that makes sense. So yeah, Shudog, highly recommend. So the next book I read was Becoming by Michelle Obama, and I mean, who doesn't love the Obamas? Like, I just want the Obamas back, like I can't. But it was so amazing to actually listen to Michelle's story. Like, I just find her so inspirational, and it was so great to hear her story. And it's like, I didn't even realize that she was such like a high flyer, like before she met Barack. Like, she had her own thing going on, and I just love that. Like, I'm all for women just having their own shit. Like, I just love it. So reading Becoming by Michelle Obama just really like fired me up and just inspired me even more, and I just love the Obamas. Like, when I read the book, I just felt like, you know what, I want to be a better person. Like, she just really inspires me. And she also said this quote, which I literally love, and it says, "If you don't get out there and define yourself, you'll quickly and inaccurately be defined by others." And I just love that. I just think it's so true, and it's so important for everyone to have their own voice and like tell their own story. And yeah, I just love it. I did also get the journal for Christmas, which I'm working through at the minute, and I did watch the Netflix documentary, which was amazing. And I just love seeing the work that she does, like working with young girls. Like, it's definitely something that I would love to do in the future, like have my own little like group of girls that I sort of like work with and help out. So yeah, I just love Michelle. I could just talk about Michelle all day. So the next book I read was called Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. And I think this is a really good book if you're in like a bit of a crossroad in your life and you're like, I don't know what to do with my life, I don't know where I'm going, like I feel like I don't have a sense of purpose, then I definitely recommend this book. I'll insert a pic of like the Ikigai Venn diagram that you work with to figure out like what you should be doing with your life. And basically it takes a look at what you love doing, what you can be paid for, what you're good at doing, and what the world needs. And you kind of have to like look at everything and put it together, and then you kind of find out what you want to do with your life. Like, this is something that I did recently, and it definitely helped me realise like what I want my bigger purpose to be in life, and like what I want to be remembered for and things like that. So yeah, I definitely recommend the Ikigai book. If you want me to do a video talking a little bit more about Ikigai and like finding out what you want to do with your life, then let me know, because it's definitely something that's really helped me, and I'd love to help you guys as well. But yeah, the book basically says that the key to a long and happy life is to basically do what you love for as long as you can, and then you should live a long and happy life. And all of the information is based on a study of people in Japan who lived to like over 100, and they're living a long and happy life. So yeah, but it does also talk about your diet as well in the book. So yeah, it's definitely one to check out. So the next book I read was The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz, and I actually really enjoyed this book. So he basically talks about how the difference between successful and unsuccessful people is that successful people dream big and they have big plans. And I'd say this book is really about raising the standards that you have for yourself. So instead of saying like, oh, by the time I'm 25, I want to have a decent job, a decent house, a decent car, you actually say, no, by the time I'm 25, I want to be a millionaire, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of about raising the standards for yourself and raising your dreams and setting your goals higher. And it also says a lot about how unsuccessful people always have excuses. So it's always like, oh, I can't do this because of this, I can't do this because of that, I can't do this because of that. Whereas successful people are like, no, we're just gonna do it anyway. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely a really good book for raising your own standards and helping you to dream big and achieve more ultimately. So yeah. So the next book I read during lockdown was Everything is Figureoutable by Marie Forleo. So I'd never really been into Marie Forleo before. Like, I don't know, I just never really got into her stuff. And then one night I was just like, let me just watch a bit of Marie TV, and then I just literally fell in love with her. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me before, I just didn't click with her, you know. And yeah, I just literally fell in love with Marie, and then downloaded her audiobook, Everything is Figureoutable, and honestly, it was just amazing. Like, she's just cool anyway. And it's probably pretty easy to understand what the book is about, and it is basically about how everything is figureoutable, which honestly, I now live by the motto that everything is figureoutable, because it is literally so true. And if you ever come across a problem, just tell yourself like everything is figureoutable, and honestly, you'll be feeling a lot better about it, and you'll be able to actually find a solution to your problems. Where if you go in and you're like, oh no, I can't do anything about it, like I can't just do anything, then you're never going to find a solution to your problems. But if you actually say like, no, everything is figure outable, you'll be fine. But yeah, the book is great, and it definitely gives you the tools to like overcome things. So like at the end of each chapter, you have to like do a little task, and she gives you like a set of prompts, and you have to like answer the questions to them. And they've actually really helped me out. Like you had to do one task where you had to write down things that you were scared about and how you were going to overcome it, and honestly that has literally helped me so much, and it's something that I'm definitely going to do in the future if I ever feel scared again, which I definitely will feel scared again. So yeah, I definitely recommend the book. It's got like little stories and testimonials as well of people in there who have used like the whole everything is figure outable affirmation, I guess. So yeah, definitely recommend that. So the next book I'm actually currently reading at the minute, but I'm like 3/4 of the way through, so I thought I'd just come and talk about it. But it is Manifest Now by Idil Ahmed. And I actually first discovered Idil from her amazing Instagram page where she shares like quotes and affirmations, which honestly put me in such a good mood. And I've also got her app as well, which is honestly so amazing, and all the affirmations that come through are so cute and I just love them. And the book is all based on the law of attraction, and she kind of explains that if you raise your frequency and raise your vibrations, you'll be able to manifest whatever you want in life, and I just love that. And the book has definitely made me feel a lot more positive, and I love saying affirmations anyway in the morning because it definitely does just put me in a better mood. So yeah, I definitely do recommend Manifest Now if you want to be feeling more positive, more high vibe. So yeah, so guys, those are all the books that I've read so far during lockdown. If you want me to talk about new podcasts that I've discovered, then I'll be happy to share that, and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. But comment down below and let me know what you're reading at the minute. I'd love to have some recommendations. But yeah, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything, and I'll see you next time. Bye.